Hello YouTube and welcome back to The Zone here, where today, ladies and gentlemen, I thought, you know what, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a little bit of fun here today, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to do the funniest game show... the funniest game show answers of all time. So, it's pretty much what it says on the tin, and you know what? I've with the amount of Chris stuff that I've been doing on here, maybe it's a good idea to sort of kick back and do something that's just genuinely stupid people. Just maybe say, you know what, listen, I get it. It's television. It's sometimes it's live, sometimes it's not. There's a whole manner of things to perform in, and you're gonna be nervous, especially if you're not really the sort of person that you're the most friendly. If you're you don't feel like you're being yourself on camera, so. Maybe you'll be forgiven if some of the things that some people are about to say are a little bit silly. However, there are some things that people say that are absolutely ridiculous. I think we're not that guilty. We're all of us are sort of guilty of that. But if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, the links will all be in the description down below. Let's begin the funniest game show answers of all time.
During what months of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant?
September.
Is that Family Fortune? Oh god. Okay. So yeah. When does a woman begin to look pregnant? September. I mean, again, look, I can't even blame her because she's smiling. She knows what she just said was friggin' ridiculous. There's a certain amount of self-awareness involved in all this, but it was funny nonetheless. Poor Kathy. And the host is beside himself.
Name something you wouldn't...
Oh my god, Les Dennis. Is that Les Dennis? I know it's Les someone, but oh my god, he's... Family Fortunes is just about the... Has he done literally anything else apart from Family Fortunes? Maybe Celebrity Big Brother, but I think that's about it.
Try even once. Matthew.
Sex on a train.
Sex on a train.
No.
Funnily enough, our survey people didn't come up with that one.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
You gotta admire, you gotta give it to Bob here. He was so determined to say this. He's been preparing all of his life. Naked grandma. And Steve has the reaction you would imagine from somebody who comes out with something so incredible as that. Steve is literally the king of selling. You know how wrestlers would sell a move? Steve just sells anything on TV just for an expression, whether it's to pad out the time or whether or not he's actually dumbfounded. A little bit of both, to be honest.
I don't see that either.
Real or fictional? Name a famous Willie.
Willie the Pooh?
He didn't even ring. He didn't even slang on the buzzer either. He just straight up went and said, "Willie the Pooh."
Hi, Kathy. You know John?
Yes, we do.
Doesn't she have pretty nipples? Pretty dimples there, John?
Slip of the tongue much.
Gentlemen, tell me, what is your favorite part of our newlywed game set? Jim?
Probably wife number 2.
Wow. Wow.
Name a piece of clothing wives buy for their husbands.
Halter tops.
Edgar.
Fish love? Sorry.
Jenny?
Wish list.
Name something you feel before you buy it.
Excited.
A vegetable you marinate.
Grapes.
Name something you might buy that could turn out to be phony. Yeah, a horse. The dreaded
Phony
phony
horse.
gag. Name something that can kill a lively party. A gun. The most romantic sound.
I don't want to ask where he thought about knowing that, but hey, a death could immediately break up a party. That's... I doubt it. Where was the last time I must have been like about either 6 or 7 years old the last time I ever saw Family Fortunes. It's kind of basically the same show in the UK, but I've never heard... It's basically reverse Pointless. If you know what Pointless is, then fair cop.
Sounding musical instrument.
Drone.
Name something you might accidentally leave on all night. Yes.
Your shoes.
Name something people take with them to the beach.
Turkey.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Food often stuffed.
Turkey.
Describe these words that begin with the letters S-T-A. Go.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Bye-bye. Stand.
We asked 100 people to name a game you can play in bed. Steve.
I spy.
Ice.
Something you squeeze.
Peanut butter.
What would be the ideal everyday temperature? Everybody, disrobe. 98.6. Survey said.
No.
People, your time starts now. A group of pill pushers?
Name a yellow fruit.
Orange.
Name some.
Yes, I'm familiar with this lady here, poor Joanne. Why the hell was friggin' orange the first thing that came into her head? Is there such a thing as a yellow orange? No, there isn't. It's called an orange because it's orange. You don't pick up, let's say, oh god, like what's a better example? You don't pick up, let's say, a banana and say, you know what, we'll call this green because sometimes it's green, sometimes it's yellow, but we'll confuse the market. We'll call it green. It's just like, lady, come on. I mean, a yellow fruit, lemons, bananas, star fruits technically are yellow, but that's a bit of an out there one.
Name a yellow fruit.
Orange.
Name something that comes in pairs.
Bananas.
Bananas. Oh, God.
We asked 100 people to name a
thought that was
famous
okay.
author. Kenny.
Shakespeare.
Arthur Shakespeare.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pie.
Huh?
You pie. Pork pie.
Gentlemen,
No,
other
it
than
wasn't.
popcorn, what is your favorite thing to nibble on at the movies? Steve?
Cardboard.
Ooh, I'm gonna get shot. Her boobs. I don't know if you...
Name a part of the body that gets bigger as adults get older. Freddie. Penis.
I mean, come on, you gotta hand it to Freddy. He's saying what we're all thinking. At least, I hope so. Like, anything, toes, hair, the body, intellect? You would hope so.
Something a man has that he'd be upset if someone else used it.
Oh no.
How about his jockstrap?
How many decades will your husband say his mother has lived? Gloria?
10 decades.
10 decades. Gentlemen, how many decades has your mother lived? Daryl, you have a troubled look on your face. What's the matter?
Oh, I don't know what a decade is. 44th birthday, so she'd be...
Good.
It's 4 years a decade. She'd be 10 decades.
10 decades.
Something usually done only once a week.
Make love.
Wow. As often as that, is it?
Tell me a slang term that means wife.
Bitch.
Oh, good answer.
Vince McMahon there thinks that's a good answer. Oh dear, that's him in trouble when he gets home, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Name something you wouldn't want the police to find in the trunk of your car.
Pickles.
Name something a teenage boy can do for hours at a time.
Masturbate.
Something that has to warm up before you use it, sir.
How about your wife?
You know, can I just make a point? Can I make a very serious point? How about another joke, Murray? There you are. I literally had nothing else going for it except for that. God almighty, I'm a riot. I should be on the radio with jokes like these.
Hey, Beth, prayed for snow on her wedding day.
Yes, I did. It was 32 degrees and no snow on my wedding day, but I had 8 inches on my honeymoon.
Name a part of the body everybody has only one of. Sarah.
Big toe.
What will your husband say is his favorite thing to squeeze in the supermarket? Jane?
I'd say his meat.
Pardon me?
His meat.
Give me a slang name for policeman.
Dick.
What did you say?
Dick.
Okay. May we see what he said? Name a state that begins with the letter M.
Mexico.
Asked 100 people to name a game you could play in the bath. Annette.
Scuba diving.
Something your neighbor has you wish you had?
A beautiful wife.
Name a kind of bear. Carmen.
Papa bear.
A papa bear, of course. Only a papa bear.
Name something London is famous for.
Your business idea needs a website?
Hey, I've got something I need to get off my screen so we can get back to find out what London is supposedly famous for. Let's think. Royalty. We're thinking the red buses. We're thinking the River Thames. We're also thinking Big Ben. Again, I'm thinking from a US perspective in this. So there's, I'd say there's at least a few there that are pretty bog standard, you might say. But let's see what our friend...
Name something London is famous for.
Go for it.
I'm thinking pasta.
Thank you again, pal.
Questions such as, how old are you? Yeah.
18.
What? What? What?
18. No.
I'm not 18.
You're not?
No.
You certainly fooled me. Just a second.
She looks like she weighs about 18 kilos. Love, I don't want to be rude or anything, but do you want to have it eat something before you went on film? Because, lady, look, she looks like a ruler, with like a bent at the point. Look, poor lady. Yeah, I could have told her she wasn't 18. Even I probably know that.
We'll read the question. Name a question such as, how old are you? That you might answer with a lie.
I would say 50.
What?
Did I understand it right?
No. No.
Give me another sort of question that you might lie about.
I would say I'm 39.
Most of the electricity in our home flows from the blank to the what?
From the plug to the vibrator.
What a girl should know about a man before she marries him. You just got it, Lynn. What would you say?
His name.
His what?
Name.
His name.
Name something made of leather? Yes, sir.
A purse.
You're going to be slightly embarrassed when I finish this question. A purse! Name something made of leather that a cowboy uses.
Describe the weather with a word or phrase that would also describe your wife.
Wet.
Wet.
Name an animal whose eggs you'd probably never eat for breakfast.
Hamster.
Hamster. Name something in your house you would yell at if it stopped working.
Probably spouse.
An old woman's breasts.
Things that sag.
Reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining? Something made of wool.
Sheep.
Oh boy.
Police commissioner said, I think Batman and Robin are blank.
Gay.
Queer.
Name a day of the year when you really want to be with friends.
December.
Name something normally worn only by children. Michael.
Clothes.
We asked 100 women, name something women borrow from each other. Chris.
One another's husbands.
Their husbands, Chris.
Next question, gentlemen. What is the one thing the people on the other side of your street have
happy
more
days.
of than you do?
Cars.
Cars. Your wife said they have more grass than you do.
Grass. What have you done?
I wouldn't bet on that.
What was the name of a famous robber? Joe.
Cops.
I said, name a time that most people get up. And being the Einstein that you are, you said morning. When I get up, our survey said zip. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, I then said, name a time that most people go to bed. You said, of course.
Nice.
Night. Our survey said 2.
2. I stand corrected.
What's so great about this show, we have talented people like the Ramiro family on our show. Paul is a concert pianist. Steve, what do you do?
I sell frozen bull semen for artificial insemination.
How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What's your story?
Well, I'm in young girls' pants. I manufacture pants.
Name part of the telephone.
Yeah, you know what? Remember what I was saying in the beginning, that some of these people just come on and they're just so nervous that just anything could come out. Half the time I feel as though like some things that people say are just straight up so sincere that, wow, you have to wonder what exactly the regulations are to get on shows like Family Fortunes and that.
The bottom part.
One of the 3 bears.
Yogi.
Name something with a hole in the middle. Michelle?
Hole punch.
I know everyone in America said what the audience did. What'd she say?
Okay, fill them in.
You.
No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Fill the blanks in order or pick a tile, Chris, whatever you want to do. Okay, fill them in.
I.
No, sir, that's incorrect.
Oh my god.
Fill them in.
A.
Wrong. I've never had this happen. It's the first time. Chris?
Come on, Chris.
You know it? All right, fill it in.
O.
Yes.
I.
Yes.
T.
Yes.
E.
Yes, sir.
Chris, you suck.
I surveyed 100 people and asked them to name a way of toasting someone. Michelle.
Over a fire.
If you could travel to any foreign country in the world, where would you go?
Pakistan.
I wrap rubber bands around my T-shirt and stick it in tie-dye. Yes. These are the ugly sandals that lesbians wear.
What was the most infantile suggestion you made to your wife on your first date, Joe?
Why don't you eat something?
All right. Patty says the most infantile suggestion was that she shouldn't be so closed-minded.
I should be looser, you know.
You were loose enough that night.
Honey, what country has the highest ratio of doctors to population?
The country with the most Jews. Hey, Israel, you have a doctor in every family. It's a cousin, could be an uncle, a couple of specialists.
I'll agree.
You agree with that?
It's Israel. He's right.
It is? Something you...
I don't know whether he was trying to be funny or whether he really was serious, but what do you guys reckon? Do you think he was sincere, or do you reckon he just said it for the lols? I want to go with like the first one, where I think he actually knew it, but maybe he could have like rephrased that just a little bit. But, oh, you know what? Whatever, he knew. Who am I to say? I wouldn't have. I would have said. Probably, I would, maybe, I don't know, maybe Germany or Russia or somewhere like that.
You wash once a week. Claudia.
Yourself.
Yourself.
Suddenly people close.
Legs.
Man of the world, traveled all over the world. Something Russia's famous for, Bob.
Russians.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. You said... Our survey said...
No.
0. 2 people would have to say that. Something that comes with a summer storm. You gave me the answer.
Snow.
Snow. Our survey said...
0.
Remind everyone, to Bob's shame, the answers he gave us, and give me 20 seconds on the clock, please. Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. You said alligator. Our survey said...
No. I was so disappointed that it wasn't just alligator. Of course. Guys, I'm literally gonna come out and say it right now. Bob, bless his heart, I reckon he strikes me as the sort of person who would, if somebody asked him what brought you here today, he probably would have answered the bus. I reckon he's the sort of person who would say something like that. What is Russia famous for? Russians. That was freaking even better than the London pasta thing. Like, just wow. Yeah, okay. You know what? I like that. That was a nice change of pace. Again, it's just it's unscripted comedy. It almost like a precursor to pretty much everything you would see on YouTube nowadays. It's just laughter, just random shenanigans that. Because you have to remember, if some of the stuff was like filmed in, like, say, the 80s and that, and was archived for goodness knows how long, you wouldn't get repeats of this sort of thing. Well, normally you wouldn't, but stuff like that, where somebody says something like a 3-lettered word animal, alligator, you don't see that every single day. And wow, 50 minutes of fame. And you choose a couple of seconds of those minutes to say alligator. Oh dear. What a disaster. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.